Alright guys, this is my very first video of doing Uber. Honestly, we're just gonna have to see how I do because I'm very new to making these videos. Though I have to admit, I was getting my car repaired last week and it used up 2 of my driving days, so I only worked 3 days out of the week. With that said, let's go ahead and see what kind of orders I usually get. Now for starters, I'm a platinum driver working 5 days each week. My very first order for last week was a package that needed to be delivered in Manhattan, which is deep in the city. Sometimes driving in the city can be a pure pain in the ass, but driving is honestly the calmest thing I can do. I'm away from the chaos I'm usually in, so trust me, it's my peace place. I ended up getting some orders in the city, so it's fair to say I was doing Uber in Manhattan for a good chunk of the day. Eventually I got bigger orders which had me driving to the Bronx in New Jersey. I haven't been to Jersey in over 10 years, so it was nice seeing it again. Next day, my first order was an order I should have looked at carefully. It was 3 deliveries for 15 bucks. I accepted it, so I did it. You don't have to do it once you accept it either. You can cancel it. Though I warn you, it will increase your cancellation rate, and I despise canceling. Which, if I'm being truthful, the only reason is 3%, which is high for me. It's because I accepted an order which I did not look at carefully. It was a carrier order which was going to Connecticut, and I live in Brooklyn, New York City. About an hour 30-minute drive, and my tank was almost empty. Not to mention the order was not paying me very well. So honestly, I just ended up canceling that order. It was too far. I didn't have enough tank. It wasn't paying very well, so hell no. I accepted the order without looking at it. That was my mistake. Never did it again. Now the other orders, it wasn't consecutive, but it happened twice where I was taking too long to get to the restaurant or I was taking too long to get to the person. Uber will try to scam you hard on some of these orders, probably more than just some. I understand the business. You should try to maximize profit, but not at the cost of the driver's pay. I mean, come on, look at how much Uber was trying to give me for this order. That's beyond a joke. What is that? People rarely tip as it is. I did 30 trips within the 3 days I worked and only 2 people out of 30 trips tipped me. If that's not bad enough, Uber allowing these customers to bait you is disgusting. Uber, you need to work on that. You need to get that out. You need to stop allowing these customers to bait people. I ended my day with a $15 order and it took me about 2 hours to finally get home. I didn't drive 2 hours for $15. That night I kept getting orders that made me drive deeper into upstate New York. Eventually my final trip for the night ended up being close to Monticello. I live in Brooklyn, so that was a far drive. Now finally, the third and final day of Uber for the week. First order was a pot that needed to be delivered to the woman's son, and it went as smooth as possible.
Right here? Yeah, nice one. Thank you very much, dude. No problem. Cheers. Have a good one.
After this order, I ended up accepting 3 more orders, which each order had at least 2 different deliveries. Thankfully, I didn't have to go far for this day. Uber has been giving me orders that so far that I should get a room in the hotel and drive back in the morning. Don't get me wrong, I love the night-long drives because it's very peaceful, but I would like to get paid a little bit more than 20 bucks an order. Once I finished my day, I booked it home, and trust me, I mean booking it. So here's the results of the week. Like I said before, I only worked 3 days out of the week, so I didn't make as much as I normally do. I completed a total of 30 trips and worked 16 hours and 38 minutes. I was paid a total of $374.78. I drove 137 miles this week, and honestly, actually saying that out loud makes me question my sanity. It sure as hell didn't feel like it. I spent exactly $70 on gas for the week, making my profit $304.78. Now, if Uber was my main moneymaker, I would be screwed because it's nowhere near enough to make a living in the city. But this is a decent side hustle and I find it enjoyable. Alright guys, tell me how I did for my first time making an Uber video. Did you like it? What do I need to work on? Trust me, there's so much that I don't know. Thanks for watching.